I can't believe it. We're at the end of the month and it's the last Wednesday of the month, even making it worse. That's right, this time I'm joining in with Off the Board with Pineapple Papers, the last Wednesday of the month, where we choose something from Pinterest that inspires us to create. And here is a digital layout, everybody. This one is digital and I'm turning it into paper. So I love the French Pinboard look on a scrapbook layout. It is an old technique. I remember doing that back in the early 2000s and thinking I was very clever because that was one of my very first adventures into beyond the normal. So I have chosen to use some Scrapbook Fantasies here. I have a chippy here from the Chippy of the Month Club, and it says This Girl, and I'm using my Distress Oxides here. I'm using peacock feathers, then I'm going to use prize ribbon, and then I'm using black soot. I'm doing it as an ombre down the chipboard because I want to capture that beachy feel, the emotion of the day. These photos are of my daughter, and the day was very cloudy after extreme heat. So I've got the island picture paper where it is the full scene of the beach, and that's going to be the focus for my pinboard, and then I'm going to create from that. So I am just finishing off the ombre here. You can see how the three colors blend beautifully. I'm using my finger now, which I'll pick up the ink here, and you'll see me do that to blend it just smoothly so there are no lines and the seams just go from one to the other and looks quite natural. I'm going to let that dry, and as it dries it goes lighter because the chipboard will soak it up. And the beauty of the glass board, just clean it up like that. There you go, done, dusted. Clean off my hands because it is oxide, and if it's wet it will mark. So I'm just making sure that it's all gone so I can continue on with my project. All right, I have some black cardstock here, which you know I use as my border or my frame. So I'm going to cut out a 1-inch frame all the way around, which gives me my center square. I always try to gut my frames because it's a waste. Unless it's flimsy, I'm going to use it elsewhere. I'm trimming it down now on the side here for 1/2 inch, and I did it down at the bottom as well. A quarter at the bottom and a quarter at the top, so that it was an even for the picture. And this is then going to be another frame within that there, and so I'm doing 1 inch again, and that's going to be that internal frame. So now I have my black frame, I have the dotted frame. I am now going to use the black that you saw. No, actually, I'm changed my mind. I'm going to go to this this dirty teal or a turquoisey color, and I'm going to use it to frame that beach scene from the papers. So that's going to go as my center, and then the beach with the waves are going to go right as my center of my pinboard. So I'm just going to ink it up and distress the edges with my gathered twigs, because you know that's my preferred color when I want an antique-y feel to it, and it also ties in the beachy sand feel on this layout. I'm going to go around the blue and white dotted piece here as well, and that's going to tie it all together. Now when you are using the one piece of paper, it's a great way, if it's a double-sided one, to extend your stash. Like, it can happen for any piece of paper that you have. If you've got a double-sided paper, you can double frame your page. You just need to be careful with your cutting, and then you can create your 2 1-inch frames, and your cardstock makes it pop out even more. So get creative with your stash. I know when you've got one piece of paper or you're on limited budget, it's a great way to extend what you have. Or if you want a really effective look on your page, this is a good way of doing it, because the colors, you know, are meant to match and they're meant to go together because they were put together on the printed paper. All right, so I've now laid the beach one down, and I'm now going to lay down my dotted frame. So I'm going to line it up here. Now with the black, it is Koza Craft black cardstock, so you need to be careful because it's definitely not cut 12 by 12. And when you take off the branding strip, it definitely is a right way and a wrong way to stick it onto your cardstock. Alright, now that you can see I've done that, I'm turning it over to make sure that it all stays in place. So I'm going to use some washi and I'm going to run it around the edges just so that it's firmly in place, because I don't want it to be lifting or moving when I start working the layout. And I'm sorry it's taken me so long to find the washi. I should have actually pulled this out, but I will go around the edge of each of these mats and put that washi into place. Look at it, it's very beautiful, this washi. It's a nice rainbow. I don't know where I got it from. I think maybe out of a Uniquely Creative kit. It was a brand new roll. That's what I was doing off screen, was opening it up. So I'm really sorry that you had to sit look at a blank perhaps. Now you can see that I have my pinboard in place. I can start framing up my photos. Now I want 2 4x4 photos, and then I want the main photo to be full size. Now, when I say full size, it's full size of my camera print. So I've learnt that when I go to get them developed, if I have taken the photo on my camera, on my phone, the actual size of the photo is chopped if I don't press the full. So I don't crop it, I press full, and then it won't print the full photo frame of 6x4 or 5x3.5. It will have a white edge around it because it's capturing the whole photo, not filling it to fill the space. So that's just a little tip, and that's how you'll get your different shaped photos as well to make your layouts look interesting. But it's the full photo and none of it is missing. I did chop off on the other 2 pieces of the ocean because it's just the ocean. You can see it's the beach's waves, and you can still see the main subject of it. I kept the interesting features and I just got rid of the waves, and they are going to sit nicely with this layout. Now I'm just going to double matte most of them. You saw that I did the one at the top of my daughter in the middle, the long one with the black on the inside and the blue on the outside. Now I'm mixing up these with the aqua and the blue and the aqua and the black, and that's just to add the colors from the photo into the board or the layout as it is. So anyway, let's talk these photos. They are quite funny. Oh, actually, no, I'll talk the process through first. I'm just inking the edges of these branding strips. So what I did is I found some branding strips from Scrapbook Fantasy papers that I have. Now I've got 2 that are in the lighter teal color, and I've got 2 in the sandy color, so that I can have matching strips on my layout, and it all ties together nicely. Remember, everything works on a layout no matter what collection you get it from, as long as the colors are of the same palette, and they are the palette of the photos. Remember that, people. It's really important, and that's how I can mix and match lots of different product from different ones. I'm now lining up where I'm going to put these photos, and I want the photos to run the line of the wave, if you understand what I mean. You can see the wave in the background paper and you can see the waves in the photos, and I want them to run the line, and you can see that, so it looks like the photos are part of that background. Now I'm just weaving my paper under and over like you would for a French Pinboard, and I just love it. Look at that. How clever does that look? So I'm just going to go off screen and adhere that into place so that it all sits nicely. Now, as I said, back to my photos. My daughter, we had a heat wave. We'd gone 4 days with extreme heat. One day hitting 44 degrees, which was like, I don't know, 115, 118. And then the others were all sitting around the 110, 105 mark. And we woke up and it was overcast and it was like so much cooler. But I thought, we're still going. We're going to the beach. We're going to spend the day down at the beach. So we went down to North Wollongong. And my daughter has always been, I'm sure she's a frustrated mermaid. She's always been a water baby. And as soon as we got onto the beach, so we went to the lighthouse and we walked around and we had lunch at the cafe. And then we walked down onto the beach. And as soon as she was near the water, look at her, she couldn't help herself. In she went. Now I'm umming and ahhing whether to put this girl onto my pinboard, and in the end I decided not to, but looking at it there, I probably could have kept it there and it would have been fine, but I've taken it off and I'm just put the dolphins in because seriously, she's such a water baby. Look at her. She's in the middle of the ocean, dressed in long pants and her shirt, She didn't come in her cozy, she didn't come in anything, she's just dressed in leggings and her shirt, and she's in that water. She just loves it. The waves came, and that big photo there, if you in the end we see the close-ups, you will see her face where like she is just pulling the funniest face because she's so excited. She's standing in the bottom photo in the middle of the ocean with the waves coming at her, taking selfies out in the ocean. Yes, that's what you do when you're young, apparently. You stand in the middle of the waves and take a selfie. So I had to capture her having so much fun in the water this day. She is just a mermaid, I swear. When she was little, we had her dressed up for an event in a beautiful red dress, and we went to walk along the beach, and there were blue bottles. And I said to the children, do not get in the water, the blue bottles will sting you. We're just looking around, we're just spending some time down on the beach so that you can say you went to the beach. And I turned away, and when I looked back, there she was in this beautiful red dress swimming in the water. Well, needless to say, the dress was not beautiful anymore. It was now sea-logged. But she can't help herself. She just feels the call of the ocean, and in she goes. So I've just put in all these colour cuts. These all come from Scrapbook Fantasies as well, and I'll have the links down below for you to see that. The chippies from the Chipboard and the papers, they're all Scrapbook Fantasies. Spoiler alert, I did not have one brand, I had multiple brands, so you'll just have to go and check what they've got left of these in their store, but they are really good quality. The chippies are beautiful, and these color cuts are amazing. So these dolphins are fitting beautifully onto my layout. I have popped some up on foam tape, and I am using some chippy strips in there as well, and I am just layering them up. Now, I did cut out the flowers from another brand of their cuttable sheets, and so you can see it all ties together regardless of them not being from the same range, but the colors all match the photo, so therefore they all work together. I did put the little florals on the joins of the pinball stripes, and I also added sea urchins so that you can see that they're there as well. I've got some shells, so the whole beachy theme was carried on throughout this pinboard. And I love that I took that digital print at the beginning and I've lifted it into paper, and I love to do that. I love being inspired. I'm going to get a few more flowers here. I need a few more florals, and this was the paper that I cut them from. It is 210 GSM. It is great quality, and it's so easy to fussy cut. So you won't be disappointed if you purchase anything from Scrapbook Fantasies. I like the subtle colors in this one. I think it gives you a good ambience to the layout, but you know, just if you see a digital layout and you're a paper scrapper like I am, you can turn that digital layout into paper. You just scrap lift it, the same process. So I often find a digital print that I like and get the ideas from it, because seriously, there are so many talented artists out there, and we just all need to learn from each other. And scrap lifting is a great way of doing it, and that's why I love Off the Board with Pineapple Papers, because Crystal just lets us choose on the last Wednesday, and then when we do the full month of it, she gives us prompts, which is so exciting and such a challenge, and I love it. So I'm just making sure that my little dolphin's nose is flat because I don't want it catching and tearing. And to finish off here, I'm going to go around the edge of my main centerpiece of the pinboard, as you can see here. And it's going around the outside, and that's popping it up off that blue and white dotted denim-y look paper. And I always try and add those little extras. It just makes all the difference. But I don't want to take away from the whole concept of that French pinboard. I am putting in that it's Lily down at North Wollongong and the year, so that in the future she knows. Not that it matters for her, she would probably know, but the year she wouldn't. And then I'm going to add in some faux stitching around the edge just to finish off that border so that it looks complete, and it also looks like it's adhered properly through stitching. Faux stitching is a great technique to use, one of the older ones, but it also is adaptable. Do you remember back in the 2000s when doodling was all the rage? I would spend hours doodling on my layouts, putting in the swirls and the curls and the dots all behind the flowers. Maybe I might have to try that again. Maybe that's something we can see in the future on a layout. But anyway, faux stitching, great way of putting a little bit of detail into your layouts and adding that little bit of something that's going to make your whole lot pop. So the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in my Nouveau drops, and I'm going to create that visual triangle. You know I love a visual triangle. I love putting balance in for your eye so that it's not being dragged here and there all over the layout, but it's naturally roaming. So I've got this really older Nouveau. As you can see, it's separated from the crystals, and when this dries it actually goes quite clear, and you'll see that in the close-ups. I do think that's the end of that tube, so I do actually throw that one away at the end. I'll need to invest in a new one. But that's pretty much my layout. That's a wrap for this month's Off the Board with Pineapple Papers. I hope I've earned a thumbs up from you. If I've done something that's new, something that reminds you of something that you've forgotten, or just had a bit of a laugh at my daughter's end. Look at her there, selfie in the middle of the surf. Really, honestly. And her face, wow, she's so funny. She's the funniest one of my children. She makes me laugh all the time. So check it out. Thumbs up, please. There's a playlist down below of all the people who are playing. Go and leave some love. If I'm not doing it for you, there'll be somebody else out there that is. But just check them all out. Leave them a love. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? I love the colours. Rich, rich, rich. And see the shadow? That's why I pop things up. I love the dimension. There's that ombre title, and the clusters are just all perfectly put together there. Nice and neat and tidy. And that's the overall layout. So thank you, everybody. Don't forget the thumbs up and the hype. And if you're new, I hope you consider subscribing. Here's my next video, and I'll catch you there real soon.